Alrighty guys, Rob from the Off-Grid Tiny House back, and wanted to talk to you guys about a whole bunch of subjects going on. I'll try to do it a segment at a time and stay on track. Hopefully I can do that. So how you guys liking those gasoline prices and those diesel prices? Isn't our government doing a wonderful job for us? Deindustrializing our countries, shutting down all these gas pipelines because global warming, you know, the boogeyman that doesn't exist. It's pretty sad. Oh, they cut these trees down. Holy Christ. Hard to believe. Huh. Anyways, as I get distracted, it is absolutely brutal out there, guys. Our governments, and when I speak about Canada and the US, it's together, because we're basically are together, literally. And we got the same boneheads running the story over here. We got Bonehead USA and Bonehead Canada, so it is what it is. So we're being deindustrialized, and why? Well, what's the purpose? Why should we be doing that? Why is that a good idea? It shouldn't be a good idea whatsoever, in my opinion. I believe I know who's behind it. China, of course, because they're trying to be the #1 player in the world for world domination, and they don't even believe in global warming, like me, basically. And hey, at least they got something right. So why China is deindustrializing us? Well, they're trying to push lithium iron phosphate batteries for all our future vehicles, electric vehicles here in North America. It's gonna happen because Obama, when he was in, married to the tranny, Michael, they signed that into effect where by a certain date North America has to be, well, especially the US, has to be all electric or a certain percentage electric. And all the big car manufacturers have gone that way, as far as I could see. Now, how does this benefit China? Quite a few ways. If you guys know where most of the lithium is sourced from, it's from China, because China has very, very lucrative contracts for rare earth minerals. You can look this up. And guess what? One of the main dealios in that contract is lithium. You guessed it, which makes the batteries. So they will be getting all your money for just, well, they're already getting quite a few on the parts, everything made there. But now they're going to source out the actual rare earth elements, lithium, from there. And I'm sure there's more. They make all the green energy stuff, solar panels, and blah, 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 all that stuff there. So very lucrative contract for China. So they're going to make a fortune off pushing North America to all electric vehicles. Now, here's the funny thing. The North American grid is not ready for 100% vehicles on solar, or I mean by electric. It's not ready because they've stated that officially. So they don't even have the supply gonna be available for the demand, the future demand for all these vehicles, which is kind of scary. So that means obviously the bills, your electric bill is going to go sky high, because they're going to have to start investing and expanding the grid to handle all the juice that's going to be needed to run your vehicles. Wonderful. The other thing is, another advantage for China, militarily, are you guys gonna be stuck with you know, using, let me see, okay, that's better, my plug came undone for the power. Is it gonna be military? What's the advantage of having a country that is running all electric vehicles, and you're not? I can see quite a few different difficulties with that, but that's just me. Be back in a bit. Alrighty guys, and we're back. So I was covering in the last segment the disadvantages of all electric vehicles, but now I'm going to switch up and talk about the havoc COVID-19 has had on the healthcare system, especially here in Canada. I know back in my other video I was talking about how long it took to see a doctor in the ER for an emergency, which I don't think my case was really an emergency, but it'd be nice to get checked out, because you know, with all the stuff going on in the news with you know, brain bleeds and such, never a good thing. Other than that, my dad actually has a kidney stone, for example, and he wasn't able to get an x-ray for a month. That's right, a month at the hospital. That's how long they're backlogged, guys. That's pretty insane. Normally an x-ray takes what, a couple seconds to perform. The actual machine takes it a couple seconds to do. I'm sure there's 5 or 10 minutes of prep by the technicians with the patient to get it done, but yeah, that's pretty scary. That's a really good example. So in the meanwhile, have been giving my dad you know, holistic treatments for it, drinking lemon juice, cranberry juice, and it does seem to work very well. And he's also been taking a lot of turmeric for the inflammation, which has helped him quite a bit as well. So little tips and tricks out there that you can use in case you need to, in case you get kidney stones. So he hasn't been suffering with any pain or anything, but he just gets blood clots, peeing out blood clots every once in a while, so not too good. So I'm sure he's got a larger kidney stone. It's hard to say though. He's not in a whole lot of pain, but they're probably gonna have to do that sonic ultra where they blast it, or who knows what they're gonna do. I'm not a doctor, but that it is what it is. So that's just crazy, guys. So I'm trying to stay as healthy as I can, not get sick. Meanwhile, in my last video I slipped and just went to the ER as precautionary, but it was alright. Got lucky that time. But yeah, it's this thing has caused havoc to the healthcare system around the world, actually. But Canada has always had a real slow setup because a lot of people go to the ER unnecessarily. Now you could say I went there unnecessarily, but at least the nurse checked me over and I was alright. And I didn't have, I kind of waited in the lobby to, just as a precautionary, did I get a headache? Did I get lightheadedness? Did I want to sleep? No, none of that happened. So all the check marks went off and I was okay. So that's what's going on. So it's a crazy world, guys. Stay safe, stay healthy, try not to get injured, and take your supplements. Yeah, before I go, I gotta mention, give a shout out, one of my buddies that I played Xbox with, DJ K, he was telling me he's on some high blood pressure meds and cholesterol and stuff, and I gave him some, I just made those videos actually recently. Vitamin K2, guys, highly recommend it for everybody. Vitamin K2 cleans your arteries out from calcifying. And what does that mean? Why is that a bad thing? Well, if your arteries calcify, you're more likely to have a stroke or a heart attack, because that's basically what happens in order for you to get that. So keep that in mind. Alrighty guys, so getting back to what I was just talking about, vitamin K2, most people are deficient of it. The reason being, you have to have an extreme diet in order to get the actual amounts we need in our bodies. And since stroke and heart attack are still way up there on the kill list for everybody's health, I'm going to recommend to everybody vitamin K2, taken every morning, daily. Now, I'm not a doctor and blah blah blah, but I've been taking it along with a garlic supplement, and it was 2,000 IUs, I believe is the dosage terminology. So I take a garlic and a K2 together in the morning, every morning, and it basically will protect, other than protecting your arteries and basically reversing high blood pressure and blah blah blah, it also takes the calcium that's in your body and puts it where it's supposed to go as well. So when your arteries calcify, that's calcium building up in there. So it's making roadblocks throughout your bloodstream. You don't want that. You want a nice clean flowing. So it reverses that and adds more bone, puts your calcium back where it needs to go, like in your teeth and in your bones, your bone density. So really good for women, I'm assuming, as well, because they have a bone density deficiency as they get older as well. I think everybody does, though. To see all my live daily content, become a Patreon member. Click on the link on my YouTube channel at the Off-Grid Tiny House. Click on support this channel. It'll take you to the Off-Grid Tiny House page on Patreon, or you can just Google it. Sign up and join in. Thank you.